Hi everybody. How's everyone doing today? My phone is jumping a lot, so I don't know if it's recording normally. That's weird. Oh well. Hopefully this is recording properly. Yes, I really hope so. Because this is about my third try. Anyway, so today's video is going to be about connecting with spirits and where they go when they pass, like when our loved ones pass, and where do they go? We were discussing this in my mediumship circle, animal fuzz, my mediumship circle. Yesterday we do this mediumship circle once a month, the first Sunday of every month. We get together in my studio, we talk, we share our thoughts and our psychic or mediumship experiences, and then we do meditation and we open up circle and receive messages. Yesterday was really nice. Lately we've been having a lot of angelic influence coming through, which is so wonderful and very, very welcome. Love that. Yeah, it's a pretty amazing energy when the angels come through. They're very powerful, very loving, very protective, and you can really feel the energy shift in the room when they come through. Anyway, so we were talking about, someone asked about when someone dies, are they instantly healed, or do they know everything? Can they see you from the other side? Can they see you clearly? Because perhaps they never saw you clearly from their life and how they were living it, and so they didn't see you for who you are and what you're going through. This is what we were talking about. So what do you think the answer is to that? Just posing a question. Anyway, so what I said was, now I've heard many people say many different things, and many mediums, also people NDEers, people who've had near-death experiences, and also people who do a lot of astral projection. Everyone has a different opinion about what happens, so it's up for you to decide, because who knows until you're on the other side what really happens. But this is what I can tell you, what I have seen and have researched and studied. Especially, I think that people who have a really good point of view are people who do astral projection. I think they get really interesting information, and I do astral project, and I do agree with a lot of these people. So when someone passes, depending on what the circumstance they die from, also if it was traumatic, what kind of life they were living, if they were, like say they were very much a criminal and were really wrapped up in doing darker deeds, darker things. Do they suddenly go to the other side and they're like, oh wow, I should have done better, look what I did? Well, that can happen. I think that absolutely can happen. But for the most part, what's probably going to happen is that they're going to go to a place where they're an energetic match of the life that they've lived. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't have a life review, but I've read before that it can happen at different times, the life review, not just instantly when you're on the other side. Also, where you go. So you may be trapped in a place where it is darker. I had someone ask me, this is many years ago, her name was Francine. She had an uncle who was very much wrapped up into some mafioso stuff, did a lot of dark things. And she said that she felt, after he passed, she felt his energy around her. And she said his energy was scary, and she did not like it. And she didn't understand, because she really thought that when you go to the other side that you are healed and you understand and you know. And you see clearly. This is not always the case. This is not always the case. Sometimes it can take a while to bring that into consciousness. And also, I was reading about this last night, that there's a lot of mediums and also astral projectors who do something called psychopomp work. Weird name, psychopomp work. And what that is you're taking spirits who are lost on the other side or in a darker place and not where they need to be as far as going to a place of healing where their loved ones meet with them and take them to a place where they can heal and can find understanding and higher. It's just a higher place with more light, a higher realm. So what these astral projectors, and a lot of astral projectors do this, these are the ones who are really good at it. And mediums do this too, and I've done this as a medium, where you run into a spirit who is lost. These are lost spirits. They're kind of roaming the earthly realms, the astral realms that is closer to the actual earth, our existence here, and they're lost. They can't find their way back to, say, their families who are on the other side, or those healing temples that are on the other side. It happened to me once where I think the first time I did psychopomp work was I was in a class, and there was a woman there who had been in her car and was shot in the head. And she was running around like trying to figure out what's happening and where to go. And it felt like this had happened a while ago. And so the teacher at this time helped me take her to the other side. So it's not always exactly how we think it might be, that they're just suddenly on the other side, there's somebody there to meet them, and they take them to wherever they're supposed to go. And if you read any of the Seth materials, which is really interesting, if you, and this kind of, when I read this, it pissed me off. I'm like, that sounds so manipulative to me. But now it's many years later, I don't see it that way. Anyway, in this book, the Seth material, I can't remember which one it was, but he talks about after people die and whatever they believe in, like whatever heaven you believe in, that's what you're going to experience when you go to the other side, because you're not ready to actually see what's really going on here. So you're going to experience what you think is supposed to be like on the other side. Okay, being raised Mormon, that just annoyed me. But you know what? It's the energy that you carry. And so you're going to find your people. You're going to find your group of people. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Anyway, you'll find your other group of Mormons, and you'll all be in Mormon heaven together, but it's not really Mormon heaven. At some point, you're going to be looking around going, wait a minute. Something's not quite right here. What's really going on? I have to figure it out. And then maybe the healing will start taking place, and you get to really that's when you start taking a look at what you brought in to that lifetime, the belief systems around it, what you can heal, and then perhaps start connecting with other people. I don't know. What do you think about that? But then I also know, and I think it really is the level of consciousness that when you pass over, what you bring into the other side. Like when my brother passed, I know he was standing right next to me after he passed, like, I don't know, probably about 5 hours later or something. It's like I knew he was right there. I could feel his presence. And my friend Jody, she popped out of the body and she was ready to go. So, but I think she had a very clear, distinct idea of her. She was very spiritual. She did mediumship, and she was just ready to go. She popped out and was ready to go on to other things, and very happy to be taking off and be out of the body, and to travel. And then I had another friend who was like, I think much closer to the earthly realms and kept trying to do the same thing that she did in this lifetime, as far as she's a medium, and she's very psychic. She was trying to help people other people, her friends, give readings and kind of take over, actually. And I think it took her a while, a couple of years, to back off and go, wait a minute, I have some stuff to heal here and I have to take a look at it. So everybody is different when we pass to the other side, and it's not an immediate knowing all the information and all the clarity and the life review. And I have read that sometimes it takes from the other side, I don't know if this is true or not, that you don't go through the full life review just after you die, that it can take a while. And you might need to heal things. And if you ever read any Ruth Montgomery was an author, I think. She wrote a lot of stuff in the 80s. She was a medium. She talked a lot about, like, if you die from very tragic things, or in a very tragic way, or a real unexpectedly very sudden, or killed yourself. I don't even know if you can say that on here. That's why I was hesitating to say that. If you took your own life. If you did that, there was somebody to greet you there and take you to these healing places where the soul can heal, because the soul has some damage and it needs to be healed. Now, all of these things are, some of them are real experiences, as far as when you go to the other side, especially astral projectors, NDEers. A lot of it has to do with your perspective of life and your level of consciousness, and where you go. Anyway, it's just really interesting. What do you guys think? I hope I'm not rambling too much. Anyway, I helped my sister move yesterday. I'm still kind of tired. That was a lot. Anyway, so hopefully this came out okay and I communicated well. Because yesterday at my circle, wow, it was hard to communicate. I was pretty wiped out. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and have a great day. Bye.